Yeah, I mean, 26 and 10. I think
know.
that's something that I stated, I believe, in our last game too, just how she is preparing herself on a daily basis now. And that's 4 out of 5 games where she's, I think it's at least 12 points or more. So, but today, unbelievable performance from her, something that we needed against an unbelievably talented LIU team who, you know, in my mind will be at the top of their conference this year. And they have arguably the player of the year in that conference in Torrey, number 3. So unbelievable game, big free throws and big moments, big stops. And no, she was a huge shining star today. But everyone, this is a true team win for sure as well, with everyone contributing.
So, Coach, what stood out to you today about today's performance, especially in an overtime game with so many momentum swings?
Right. I think ending of quarters have been really difficult for us. So even ending the second quarter the way we did, but to respond in the third and the fourth was something that was very promising. So I think we've turned a new leaf in that regard and really figuring out ways how to end quarters properly and end them successfully with momentum. So that's something that is really big for me out of this, but also just to battle against a team like that. We showed fight, we showed determination, and thankfully, sometimes those games don't go our way or anyone's way, so we'll take that for sure.
What helped this group stay locked in until the end tonight?
Yeah, I just think the emotion, I think the crowd too. I saw many of our men's players supporting us with the flag, and I think, I've always mentioned this as well, when I was a player, when we'd have other sports and other teams come watch our games, it gives you a renewed enthusiasm. And I really do believe our players fed off that. They were phenomenal, but everyone in the crowd today, the band, season ticket holders, our parents, our families, you name it. But it was a great atmosphere. They were behind us 100%, and we owe it to them too. They're a big 6-man today.
When you look at the stretches where you were at your best today, what needs to carry over consistently into the next game?
Right, I think sometimes we have some poor shot selection. We try to do a little bit too much instead of moving the ball and being active off the ball. So I think that's something to really key in on film and to really make some corrections there. Other than that, I think the rebounding side, we let a couple opportunities in overtime as well with the ball drop and boxing out pretty well, but we need to go get it as well. So those two things, shot selection and defensive rebounding, I think are something we're going to focus on this week in preparation for Holy Cross.